Hey everyone, a new magic mod dropped a few days ago that adds some pretty sweet new mechanics and spell types to the game that will completely transform how you play as a mage in Skyrim. This new mod is called Phenderix Elements and centers around giving you the ability to enter several different elemental forms, each with their own unique signature. Firstly, how it works. When you install this mod, a new spell will be available in your inventory. When cast, a wheel menu will pop up that seriously looks a lot like the weapon wheels from games such as Far Cry. This menu will have multiple options, but initially you want to focus on the Unlock Element tab. In there, you can choose to unlock one of the 10 available elemental forms. More on them later. To start, you will have what's called 5 element points, which is lucky because each element costs 5 points to unlock. Element points can be gained, however, whenever you level up your character, so make sure you choose wisely. Once you unlock an element, the corresponding elemental spell will be added to your spell list. The 10 available elemental forms include the classics of fire, frost, and lightning, but also new elements of earth, wind, blood, divine, poison, water, and darkness. These elemental forms give your character a sort of aura that buffs the corresponding spell type. For example, the fire elemental form increases fire resistance and the power of your fire spells, or the wind form, which increases your movement speed and jump height. All of the forms are unique and while active drain your magicka by 1% per second, with the exception of the blood form, which also drains 1% of your health per second, in exchange for increased spell damage to all spells. It is also incredibly easy to change between elemental forms once you have unlocked more of them. This is thanks to the in-game mod menu. Here you can apply a hotkey to each elemental form so you can switch between them at ease, even in combat. You can also change the cost and damage output of each element or spell, but it is suggested to keep them on the default settings to keep everything balanced. A bonus feature of these elemental forms is they automatically enchant your arrows, bolts, and even unarmed attacks when in each form, at the cost of a small amount of magicka, which I thought was very cool. To go alongside these elemental forms are 3 new dynamic spells that change types depending on what elemental form you are in. So if you were in the water form, they would all be water spells and so on. These spells, however, do not work if you are not in an elemental form, but it does allow you to switch between forms without having to change spells on the fly. This makes combat feel a lot more fluid and responsive. The power and duration of these spells also scale with you as you increase your magic skills, such as destruction or alteration. You don't have to use these dynamic spells, however. All of your normal spells, including some from the most popular spell mods, such as Apocalypse or Arcanium, also gain these benefits given by each elemental form. But obviously, fire spells will only benefit from the fire form. So if you tried to use the fireball spell while you were using the water elemental form, the spell wouldn't get the buff. Another new feature added by this mod is how you can learn new spells. When casting spells, you will gain spell points for the corresponding element. After gaining enough of these points, you can unlock new spells depending on your skill level. Novice spells, for example, cost 100 points, whereas master spells cost 1200 points. This feature is completely optional, however, and you can still learn new spells the normal way through reading books. Overall, I found this mod a ton of fun to play with. Initially, there is a bit of a learning curve, understanding what each elemental form does and what the best one is for each combat scenario. I also found having a high magicka regeneration was more important than having a large magicka pool, due to the constant draining of magicka when using an elemental form. But once I started leveling my skills and spells, It was truly a unique and very rewarding playing experience. The mod author is also very active and intends to keep updating the mod with new spells and features, which is great. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching everyone, it's always appreciated. Don't forget to support and endorse the mod author. Otherwise, I'll see you again next time. Cheers.